Everyone loves a good mystery. More than that, everyone loves to obsess over a mystery that hasn't been solved. We can be more fun than nosediving into a hurried conclusion, looping around a bunch of far-fetched theories before eventually saying, aliens? There are some mysteries that make a perfect cut to that list, but sadly, they have been solved. Here are some you might have thought were still not solved. Number 10. Mystery spots. They are said to be sites where the magnetic field behaves erratically and makes objects fall. But they are rotated and are at an inclination of 20 degrees. It interferes with your sense of judgment, so you can't tell where the horizon is. Number 9. People who believe in ghosts. All of us have met at least one person who would go to any extent to make us believe that he or she has seen a ghost, at least once. Most of us got carried away by their stories, restlessly fearing something similar might happen to us. But we have a scientific explanation for that. Those people probably have active left temporoparietal junctions. Scientists have found that a small electric shock in that part of the brain caused people to see someone else in the room. Keep that in mind the next time you meet someone instead of letting it make your blood run cold. Number 8. Loch Ness Monster. Nessie, the Loch Ness Monster, was the most well-known lake monster in the history of lake monsters. Some people believe it to be a living dinosaur or even a sea serpent that swam into the lake before it became landlocked. But Nessie became a reality for a lot of people and shot to stardom after a photograph of the monster showing its head and neck was published. But the image, taken by a surgeon from London, was later admitted as a hoax. Number 7. The crew of Mary Celeste. The entire crew of Mary Celeste disappeared mysteriously like a poof. It was as if the whole ship just vanished in thin air without any explanation, leaving everyone confused and worried. But she was found later. It looks like the crew abandoned the ship when the alcohol on the board combusted. The crew, however, was never seen again. Scientists determined that a vapor-based explosion would not damage anything, but it would still be a petrifying experience. Number 6. Side notes in Homer's Odyssey. The notes in the margin of this edition baffled people for a very long time. Was it a clue to something more important, or was there a message hidden in it? But the side notes turns out the marginalia was nothing but scribbled translation of the book in an archaic French shorthand. Number 5. The Iron Pillar, Delhi. A major tourist attraction, it has successfully avoided rust for around 1,600 years despite being in open air. Most people naturally leave the explaining to ancient supernatural elements, but it's no more a mystery. Scientific analysis proves that the pillar is coated with iron-containing phosphorus that prevents it from corrosion. Number 4. Ica stones. They are a collection of andesitic stones from the Inca Empire found in Ica province that bear a variety of diagrams. Some of them supposedly had depictions of dinosaurs and advanced technology. Wonder how people could predict it all back in that age. Javier Cabrera de Arquea collected and popularized the stone, obtaining many of them from a farmer named Basilia Ushuaia, who after claiming it to be real ancient artifacts, confessed that he produced a patina by baking the stone in cow dung to give it an authentic look, and created the carvings using a knife. Number 3. Egyptian Pyramids. The world has been baffled for years about just how slave workers transported the massive blocks across the Valley of the Kings in around 2000 BC to build the majestic pyramids. It has often been called a work of the aliens, but it's no more a mystery. Dutch researchers have figured that the Egyptians placed heavy objects on a sledge, pulled by hundreds of workers, and simply poured water on the sand in front of it, which made it easier for the sledges to glide over the sand. It really did take us thousands and thousands of years to crack something this simple. Or do you think it took us more years to believe it could have been this simple? Number 2. The bloop. The bloop is a mysterious ultra-low frequency and an incredibly loud sound originating in the South Pacific that was heard by 2 stations which are separated by 5,000 kilometers. People started to think it might be produced by an enormous animal that has never been seen before, but that's not true. The NOAA Vents program attributed the sound to that of a large icequake. Numerous icequakes share similar spectrograms with bloop, as well as the amplitude necessary to spot them despite ranges exceeding 5,000 kilometers. Number 1. The Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle is said to be the greatest unsolved mystery of the modern age. Also known as the Devil's Triangle, it is a loosely defined region in the North Atlantic Ocean, where many aircrafts and ships are said to have disappeared under mysterious circumstances, never to be seen again. But here's the truth about the Bermuda Triangle. According to research, the average number of crafts disappearing here is the same as in any other well-traveled part of the ocean. What that implies is, take any other part of the ocean that has seen its fair share of traffic, and you'd end up with similar number of disappearances. This story has survived on unnecessary hype. There have been no major disappearances since 1999.